Vera, what are your thoughts on the price increase of Xbox Game Pass?
Gay as hell.
Yeah, dog.
Well, we saw that, and they're now going to be charging up to $30 a month to play the video games on Xbox Game Pass. But this was interesting. Legendary Drops saw this as one of Game Pass's hidden changes, and arguably one of the most disgusting for the future of the hobby, is that they are monetizing game quality and resolution. Did you see this, Vera?
Mm-hmm.
Everything I
Scammer's
predicted.
gonna scam.
A year, or like 2 years ago, I've been having a fight about Game Pass forever, and I listed here's every single thing they're going to do, and they're doing it because all you had to do was watch what happened when the music industry shifted over to like an iTunes model, and then subscription. You can see the same downward trajectory.
Yeah.
Well, you can see on the essential and premium packages, you get up to 1080p, but only in Ultimate do you get 1440 here, with the highest quality of reduced artifacts, shortest wait times, and exclusive support for select games. Also includes day one releases for EA Play and Ubisoft Classics. So,
have we ever seen a downgrade to this capacity of we're boosting by what was like 50% or something like that? We're boosting the price model, and you're getting fuck all for it, and then it's like go fuck yourself at the end of it.
Wait a minute. What do you mean we're getting Fortnite Crew?
Well, that is a good point.
What do you mean we're getting nothing?
That is a good point.
Smash pointed out here, says, ironically, I saw this practice with YouTube themselves first, lowering the resolution for non-premium users and paywalling better content, better quality. Shady as fuck tactics, so scummy. To which some people have actually responded, like, and by the way, this guy has Xbox in his like profile, so keep that in mind. Says this isn't shady, it's normal. Cars, GPUs, TVs, pay more, get more. Same thing here.
He's an Xbot. That's cute.
Yes. Vera, have you seen like the Xbox fanboys come out and force like kind of defending this?
Oh, of course. They're saying it's still an amazing deal and you're just looking for something to complain about, which is just such an insane take that they will go to the ends of the earth in order to defend like their company, right? The company they believe actually cares about them, and companies don't actually care about you, but these people are so delusional.
What's interesting, though, is even the access media, the traditional access media, IGN, sees this for what it is. I don't know if you guys saw this video released by IGN, but they call it like they see it. And I got to be honest, hey, good ups to IGN for this right here. Take a look at this in a second.
Microsoft does, but
here we go. Let me play this one more time.
Blame the Trump tariffs if you want to. Microsoft does. But I'm sorry. At the end of the day, the buck stops with Microsoft. This is a company with a market cap of nearly $4 trillion with a T dollars, who's done layoff after layoff, 2 hardware price increases and counting, 3 Xbox Game Pass price increases and counting, 1 software price increase so far, and tens of thousands of layoffs, as well as multiple studio closures. The actions of Team Xbox are of a company that isn't showing a lot of empathy towards its customers, as the cost of groceries and other bare essentials keep going up as well. These larger economic issues aren't Microsoft's fault, and it has to contend with rising development costs too, but they are choosing profit over players. Blame the Trump tariff.
Profit.
I'm just saying, but like, you know, you're fucked when IGN has a great point.
Yeah.
You know?
Profit over players right there, which I think we've seen the exact opposite this year. What was the game that was released for $20 that sold like crazy, that everybody loved earlier this year? It sold bukus, and people were like, well, you should have been, like, all the indies were like, you should be charging $40 for that. What was that game, Vera?
The Silk Song.
Yeah,
well, that just came out.
Yeah. But people were really upset that the game was only $20. But that was truly
phenomenal.
Yeah, that was a players over profit thing, which ultimately led to more profit, right? Xbox is in tough shape. You saw Costco is not they're not even selling Xboxes anymore, Vera. Like, that's crazy. And the fact that IGN of all places is like, nope. Did you see this though? Stallion83, the world's first gamer score millionaire over here. He's like, hey dog, I'm good. Because he was the first to get the Xbox Live 1 million score on Xbox Live, he got a lifetime gold membership, which has to be valued at
Wait,
like
gold doesn't even exist anymore. That's the best part. Because I used to have Xbox Gold, and they like rebranded it, didn't they? Yeah. So like he's grandfathered in for life.
Yes, lifetime, which with this gold membership, it has to be worth about $75 million at this point.
Good for him.
That is nuts. But we've seen all sorts of pushback on this Game Pass announcement when this initially announced from none other than GameStop, of all people. They said GameStop or Game Pass, $30 every month, own nothing. GameStop, buy once, own forever. Math isn't hard. It is good.
Again, another thing, when GameStop is right and IGN is right, you really are just that water-headed, aren't you?
Yeah.
I'm using the words.
Attaboy. Attagirl.
There you go. Vera, your overall thoughts of Xbox as a company right now, the current state of it, and just this decision as a whole.
I think it's extremely bad. I also think that the timing is really bizarre because the Black Ops beta is going on. So you'd think that would be their focus right now, right? That they would want as much attention on that as possible. But really, this entire situation is taken away from what might be an okay beta for the Call of Duty fans out there. But, I think that Ultimate, when it started, was good. It started at $15 and it was worth it. But now, all these years later, going up to $30, what are you really paying for? You're paying for access to Call of Duty 27. You're paying for access to Avowed. These are not games that people care about. South of Midnight is not a good game. And so they need to be providing more value, but not with things like Fortnite Crew. They need to look at themselves as a company and look at the projects they're greenlighting, like Fable. Who's really excited for Fable? Nobody. So are they going to raise the prices again when it's time for those big games to come out that have hundreds of millions of dollars behind them? I just think it's really pathetic overall that there wasn't a warning. It's not like they raised it, I don't know, by $5 and then gauged reaction. They just slammed it on consumers, and that in it of itself is just a terrible idea and is always going to backfire.
Well, speaking of backfiring, this post, while noble on its, and noble. And by the way, they did say that they're going to keep Xbox Game Pass Ultimate at $20 at GameStop instead of the $30 if they do it and sell it in store. But that original post here, this buy, pay $30, own nothing, buy once, own forever. In theory, this is good, but it is indeed backfired, as several people have pointed out. It says, when I was 13, you took a copy of Arkham Asylum for like 15 cents.
Well, to be fair, they didn't have to sell it to GameStop.
There's truth in that, yes. But it is kind of funny to think about, because I think everybody remembers going into GameStop or some sort of retailer and being like, hey, I wonder how much money I'm going to get for this. And they're like, here's $6 in a fart in a jar.
I once bought a game from GameStop and it was scratched and it didn't work.
Of course, everybody has that experience.
I'm still sad to this day, and I still have it to this day. PlayStation game that I can't play.
Yeah.
Have you ever had that argument where you buy a new game and then it's unwrapped and they put the disc in the box and you go, well, that's not new, and they go, yes, it is, and you go, I don't think you understand what new means. Have you had that?
No.
It's new to you.
Yeah.
New to you, sucker. Nice. Well, there you go. I think this is a bad situation. The amount of bad press that Xbox has gotten over the last few days since they've announced this has been absolutely jarring. And once again, vote with your wallets. We saw the website to cancel Xbox Game Pass literally went down. An Xbox website went down because the amount of traffic that was there, that was truly amazing to see. It goes back to vote with your wallet.
How does this work business-wise? I guess they I'm sure they expected this, but I guess because of the price increase, it kind of makes up for it, because even if you lose half of your people, you're still taking in. Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's exactly what it is. Yeah, if you literally lose half your base, it doesn't matter because you're good to go. So
I still don't think that they expected the backlash to be this intense. I think they expected people to just shut up and consume product. So
shut up, consume product. That's what we are, consumers, not customers.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
It's on their letterhead. Just
shut up, consume. You know what? We were talking about advertising for our subathon coming up in a few weeks. Maybe that should be the tagline: "Shut up, consume."
Please.
I'm writing it down. Shut up, consume. There we go. Clips of the show all the time. The live show Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Hit that subscribe button right here.